Okay, we're recording. So welcome everyone. This is the call to order for the LAC meeting on Thursday, May 19th, 2022. At the meeting right now, we have myself, Amy Titkemeyer-Stevens, the board chair. We have Bob Mullen, who is our guest tonight from Jefferson County Commissioners and a member of the Central Service Area Authority. We have Eleanor Wend, who is on the LAC board. We have Bill Berg, our county commissioner, also on the LAC board. And we have Rebecca Rude, who is also on the LAC board. And Carly, thank you, Hearn, for being here and being our county commissioner secretary. And does that make you also, I think, the person that takes the notes, right? The county commission. Yes. Okay. So Rebecca, you're done. I'm so excited. Rebecca filled in for you and that was awesome. And she did such a professional job. I wouldn't have been able to do that. So it was great. So welcome everyone. Did everyone have a chance? I'm of course already realizing that I have a typo on my meeting notes. Is that did you all have a chance to read and review the April 22 minutes, not March? I'm sorry about that.
Yes, and Madam Chair, I move that we approve the minutes.
Okay, Bill Berg moves that we approve the minutes.
And I'll second it.
Okay, Eleanor seconds. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Doesn't sound like it. Okay. Our budget update is just kind of what we had from our previous discussion, which of course now I'm not going to be able to find because it was with you, Rebecca, with your notes, and I'm sorry I didn't have them right in front of me, but nothing has changed for our budget. So if by chance I can just grab that really quick, I will, but let me just see. No, I can't. Sorry, everyone. Anyone have it in front of them? Do you, Rebecca? Sorry. I got it now. Sorry. So our previous balance was $2,699.11. We had a recent deposit of $500 and a recent expenditure of $77.66. So yeah, I still need to add that up. So I will do that. But just to let you know, that's where we're at. Oh, I have, and this might be Granville right here. Sorry, we have someone else coming in. Hold on just a sec. Hi there. Is this Granville? Oh,
Hi, how are you?
Oh, good. Nice to have you.
I'm not on my desktop. I had to go get my laptop because my computer's in the other room and it's a whole thing, but I'm here.
Great. Great to have you. Thanks for being here. Okay, so we don't really have an action on the budget, so we'll just move on from there. Any comment about that? Okay, seeing none. So Bob, if you don't mind going ahead, introducing yourself and yeah, telling us a little bit about yourself.
All right, thank you for having me. Bob Mullen, Jefferson County Commissioner in Boulder. Been a commissioner here for about 9 years, I guess. In addition to being a county commissioner, I also work for the Department of Public Health and Human Services, AMDD, for about 15 years. Not as a professional or policy person, mostly as a number cruncher. I ran their budget shop for the early part of my years with them. In the end, I managed the state hospital, the nursing care center in Lewistown, and the chemical dependency center in Butte. I managed the people that manage those. So it doesn't make my role very strong, but at least I learned some things about mental health and institutional care. I'm a member of the Center for Mental Health Board of Directors. I'm a member of the MACO Human Services Subcommittee, and Bill would know something about that. Actually, we're pretty fortunate. Our current president of MACO is a strong advocate of suicide prevention and mental health. So we're going to try to make up some ground, I think, in MACO this year while he's in that position. I'm also a member of my local mental health local advisory council. And I'm a member of the Central Service Area Authority Board of Directors. I'm the secretary of the organization. Of all the roles that I have, I think the most important one I have is to be a member of my local LAC. I've got some information here if you let me share my screen, I guess.
Sure.
Amy?
Yep. See if you can. See if it lets you do that. Is it letting you do that, Bob?
Just about to, I think.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Is it showing?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's
That
showing.
is the CSAA. It's, but in Montana standards, it's a fairly large region from Glacier County in the west to Chinook County, or to Blaine County in the east on the north, and down to Gallatin Park on the south. There's 15 counties in our Central Service Area Authority. I think there's a dozen in the Western Service Area Authority, and boy, close to 30, I think, in the Eastern Service Area Authority. Just a couple quick comments. We go back to 1999, the LACs, when they were put together following managed care. The managed care thing that we went through in the mid 90s, the second half of the 90s. I think it went from 97 to 99. 2 years of absolute complete hell, I think, for providers and for the state of Montana. I don't think there was ever enough money in the system. And I think we're still struggling with the same problem, I believe, in mental health in Montana. But the LACs were set up as a partnership with the Mental Health Oversight Advisory Council, which now is called the Behavioral Health Oversight Council, I believe. The BOC is what they refer to that as. The service area authorities, we're set up to collaborate with the department and the advisory councils to plan, implement, and evaluate. Let's see. I'd like to move on to a different screen, but it's not letting me right now. So.
I tried to do it that multiple participants can share, but here, let me see if I can. Let me see.
Yeah, I've lost my.
Did you lose it?
I have, yeah. I'll just keep going.
Okay.
The important thing I think about mental health local advisory councils is that they were intended to be the foundation of the mental health planning system for both the MOAC and the SAAs. So I think the local advisory councils are probably the most important players, I believe, in Montana's structured mental health system. I really wanted to get together with you folks for a few minutes today just to talk about the CSAA. As you know, Matt Furlong, who was our executive director, or our chairman, resigned in February. So we've been trying to hold it together since. We have not replaced him. We decided we would wait until September when we meet as a Congress. We're planning to do that on September 16th in Helena. Try to pull people together. at least in person or over Zoom, so that we can do a Congress. We haven't done one for a while. Crystal Loffer is our current vice chair. She's also wearing the shoes of the chair while we're in this transition period. See if I can find something else here. This is a brochure that comes from, is that showing up? No,
No, it isn't, Bob.
yeah, I gotta find it here. Let's see.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's,
That's a brochure that was put together by Lewis and Clark County. They call themselves a behavioral health LAC rather than mental health. I think it's very well done. I think in the middle are the things that most LACs do: identify gaps in service, recommend additions to services within a community, analyze and discuss challenges with service providers, advocacy groups, public officials, facilitate accuracy and timely communication, assess local mental health services and empower them to become more effective, organize and coordinate needed services in the communities, educate the local community about mental illness, substance abuse, and available services. Regarding that last one, when we were at the MACO conference in February in Billings, Bill, I think, probably was there too. I asked, Carl Roston gave a presentation on suicide prevention. I asked him what our local role was in suicide prevention. And without hesitation, he said to teach. So the single most important thing we do is to teach our communities about the importance of mental health and obviously about avoiding suicide. We've taken that to heart here in Jefferson County through the kind hearts of the Lewis and Clark suicide prevention program. They have come to Jefferson County and trained over 80 of our staff in suicide prevention, either mental health first aid or QPR. We've got about 20 to go yet. I'm trying to run down which 20 have missed the trainings we put up so far so that we can get them trained as well. In addition to that, we hold trainings all over the county where we invite people to come and get trained in suicide prevention. And all of this is being done with the kind hearts of Lewis and Clark County. They got a SAMHSA grant for, I think, 2 or 3 years, and they're using that to provide us with the trainers and the material. There are others in the state that do trainings too. I think MSU does quite a bit of training. They're awful close to you folks, and I think they do a considerable amount of training as well. I think you folks, and I want to thank you for what you do. Absolutely. We are unique, I think, when it comes to other kinds of advisory groups on mental health because of our makeup. We're made up of over 50% consumers, and there aren't other groups that can say that. I should say consumers and family members. There are not any others that can say that. I think that's extremely forward thinking when they did this. I mean, you think about it, over 20 years ago. It's hard not to be proud of the members that attend our meetings. We never seem as though we have enough consumers or family members at the meetings, but the ones we have are always great contributors. So I guess really, what can we do for you? Kind of saw that list of what LACs do. I know my LAC doesn't do all those things. You know, we're made up of a group of volunteers. It's darn hard to get people to put in a great deal of time. And I would guess your group probably struggles with some of the same problems. Strategic planning is something we haven't done. We did a small strategic plan for mental health as part of our CHIP process with the Department of Public Health, when we did both physical health and mental health, but it wasn't a very extensive planning process. So yeah, I guess what can we do for you? Let me get rid of this and try to find a different screen that I can share. Why it doesn't show up.
Yeah, that's weird because it was. I might just jump in there a little bit. I think I have been on the LAC for, I don't know, 4 years or something. And I think we wanted to, well, we were working toward a strategic plan last fall, and then decided to talk about what does the community need from the LAC, and what does the community need in general? And we were able to draw community leaders from mental health services all across the county, the city and the county. And so what came up is a drop-in center is what everyone felt like. We used to have a drop-in center that closed in 2018, Eleanor, 16. I always get that confused.
I think it was 16, actually, 16,
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where some of us are working toward now, is trying to get that reinstated in the community. That's a big process, and it's, you know, taking time because it's all volunteers that are doing that, but the LAC is really spearheading that. We actually did come up with a similar brochure than what you showed us, Bob, which was great. I might have Julie Anderson send it to you, because I don't have it on my laptop, but we're in the process now of disseminating that. We do have a website now, or on the Park County website, we do have, thanks to Bill, now have an area underneath there that says what we do. We are starting to recruit new members. Granville is here. He's one of our new people that we're hoping to recruit. I think what, at least this would be my thought is when, and this is hard, right? Because like you're saying, everyone's a volunteer, is just it would be helpful. Like I feel bad. May is Mental Health Month, and I didn't feel like we did much. And so I guess if we had something, you know, and maybe that's when we really start handing out our brochures and really hitting it hard. But I know years ago we did these little tabletop flyers that talked about suicide and suicide prevention. And that was super useful. I think and anyone jump in, this is the last thing I'll say, is just, I think we do have Live Well 49, which is in our community, which kind of, it's a little unique, where it kind of collaborates a lot of mental health services, and then has bi-weekly meetings about what's going on. And so that's super helpful. And I feel like that, and Jessie Wilcox, who heads that, was invited tonight, but I don't think she could make it. So that helps a lot, because they have the funding, they have more of that. So sometimes I feel like the LAC kind of gets stuck in between. But I don't know, I'd love to hear from what other people have to say. And I wish we had 50% of consumers and families on our board. We do not. So I wish we did, but it's a great point.
Yeah, Amy, you described the tabletop things. I would distribute those around Gardner. We had some banners that we'd hang around the county as well.
Yep.
And, you know, it's hard to know how effective that was, but you'll never know who picked up the phone number and, you know, might have made a difference. But, yeah, I think I guess I've been on the LAC almost 5.5 years now. And I think we've always struggled a little bit to kind of find our groove. And Livingston is rich in nonprofits and people with strong shoulders and big hearts. And sometimes it's a little tricky to figure out who's doing what and how we can optimize our mutual efforts. I'm intrigued though, Bob, about what you have going there. I'd like to learn more about the training you've been getting from Lewis and Clark County. I took a note on how it sounds like you think MSU might be able to provide that. I'd love to learn more about that.
Yeah, I think there's money out there to do the trainings right now, Bill, so I think we can find people that would be willing to come in and help you train, so. Do you remember the days when we had a CPO from the state? Community Program Officer?
I don't.
Yeah, there used to be, AMDD they used to have 5 of them.
Hmm.
And they assigned them to LACs to help do some of the administrative work.
Oh.
Oh,
They would come to our meetings. And about 3 or 4 years ago, they pulled them out and never gave them back to us. They're doing something else, I think, in the department. Although the statute says they're supposed to provide services to us. I really think we could use somebody like that back that could work with each of these local advisory councils. And that's one of the things that Matt Furlong was working on before he left. He was trying to pound BHDD over the head, saying we need these CPO positions back again.
When I started, there was a gentleman who called into our meetings. I don't think I ever met him in person. He had kind of an Irish accent. Is that what that position was?
Kenny Bell.
There you go. Yep.
He was Scottish.
There you go.
And he wore the bagpipe. He played the bagpipes and wore a kilt.
And then I do remember, getting news that he wouldn't be participating anymore.
Yeah.
And it's been a couple 3 years now.
Yeah, he was in Butte in those days, and then they moved him to Missoula, so it became tougher for him to get down to this southwest corner anyway. But yeah, Kenny Bell was he's a great help to us when we stood up our LAC a bunch of years ago. Does your LAC exist by resolution, Bill?
I honestly can't say.
Yeah,
I think it
wondered if
does.
the commissioners have gone through a process and formally created the LAC. We did that here.
Yeah, we have a resolution, number
Okay.
1262.
Nice.
We're not authorized to do a levy for mental health, so we usually use PILT money to try to fund our activities, about $10,000 a year worth. Are you familiar with the mini grants? I think I saw on your agenda that Granville was working on a mini grant application. No?
No, sorry,
Oh, okay.
that was, no, we're trying to go over to, we're trying to decide about him being part of our board.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah. Sorry. I don't know though. It might have been something else.
I got many grant applications on my mind right now. The Central Service Area Authority got about $100,000 from the state.
Okay.
All three of the SAAs did. And we break that up into little mini grants. So we want everybody to apply for mini grants to do education for people, to raise mental health awareness in the community. They're at a minimum $1,200 a piece, and we'll probably go a little higher than that. Here, we're going to put up a billboard that we're going to keep up for at least 6 months along the interstate between Helena and Boulder, and just give people a visual on mental health and suicide prevention every day as they drive by.
Oh, that's great.
what is the deadline on these mini grants?
September 30th this year.
Okay,
So
yeah.
we got time yet, and we'll have
we
them again
didn't-
next year too. So
Okay,
if you miss 1 year, we'll certainly have money available again.
okay.
Let me shoot up one more thing here real quick. I don't know if you're familiar with our website. The Central Service Area Authority has a website. And it's the address is central SAAmontana.org. And there's a lot of good information on the website. The toolkit, I don't know if you folks are familiar with the toolkit. If you've seen the toolkit that's online there, but you know, under resources on that, there's a toolkit. It's about 100 pages long. It's got all kinds of forms from all the way from how to conduct a meeting to how to report on stuff. So
Yeah, I haven't looked at that in a long time. I'm glad you brought that up.
yeah,
That's great.
yeah, take a look through that. It says Central SAAmontana.org. When you have some time tomorrow, just take a look through that website. It says a little bit about us. Some of the information is a little bit dated. As I've been talking to people, I've been looking through it again, and we need to update a lot of the information in there. But that's, again, volunteers. You know, we need, even though we hire someone to manage the site for us, we need to get the information to them so they make the changes.
Under resources, I see a Park County Resource Guide from 2015. I would bet we could freshen that up.
Okay, yes, for sure.
Yeah, you want to send us something, we'd be glad to do that.
Thank you.
In addition to that, you know, you talked about resource guides that communities do, very helpful. Seems like there's always a delay in getting those done. As a group, we meet every Thursday morning. Each week, we meet from 8:30 to 10. Just to talk about what's going on in terms of training and other events happening around the region. And we have a CSA board meeting on the 4th Friday of every month. I've seen Julie at that meeting. I don't remember
Yes.
if she was presenting her Rural Behavioral Health Institute information or she was just sitting in on the meeting. But we'd sure love to have you folks come, have you participate.
Great. That's great. Thanks,
Know what else?
Bob.
I know you folks have got a few other agenda items, so I don't want to take your whole agenda, but we're here. If you have questions, concerns, holler at us. You need help with anything, holler at us. We'll do whatever we can to try to make your jobs easier. We've got probably a pretty good inventory of mini grants that have been requested over the last several years that we could share that with you to give you some ideas.
Okay. That'd be great. Thanks,
That's enough.
Bob.
I'll just,
Yeah, no, thank you so much. That was super informative.
Much appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
yeah, you're very welcome. I'll let you go, have your meeting.
Okay. Thanks,
And,
Bob. Take care.
Yeah,
we'll be
nice
in
meeting
touch.
everyone, seeing everyone. Good to see you again, Bill. Say hi to Steve.
You bet. You say hi to Corey. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, Corey's doing well. His daughter graduates this weekend, so he's kind of busy.
That's a big deal.
He's taking on some foster kids too, so I think
Oh,
he
that's
should
great.
have his head checked, I think. But got him graduated from high school and he's got an infant, I think, foster kid at his house, so.
Sounds like his heart's in the right place.
Corey's a great guy, yeah. We're lucky to have Corey. He's gonna be a great commissioner for many years.
Yeah, he's younger than most of the rest of us, and that's nice
Yeah,
to see.
that's right. Yeah, he's just got enough hair, just enough gray behind his ears to be a good commissioner, so.
There you go.
Take
Okay.
care, everyone.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Bob. Thanks so
Bye.
much. Appreciate it. Well, that was great. Any comment from that?
I shared link to some of the things he was showing us in the chat.
Thank you. But yeah, thanks, Bill. That was great. Yeah, and I do feel like with trainings, and Rebecca, you would probably know more than I would, but I feel like we have had some trainings, you know, for suicidality and QPR question. What is it again? Question, probe, response?
Question, persuade, refer.
Persuade. Thank you. Refer.
Yes.
See, I didn't even get. But we have had some trainings here, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had it through the school. I mean,
Yeah.
the school opened to the community. I mean, I
Okay.
agree that I think our trainings have been under the umbrellas, like Live Well 49 and
Right.
United Way.
Yep.
I know.
So let me, and I'll check more with Jesse about if there's some coming up. I mean, some of it is, I feel like there's, you know, a lot going on with the stuff she's been doing. And I feel like I'm getting stuff about trainings all the time, but yeah, I definitely think it's important that we do that.
It'd be good to see that list he mentioned of the mini grants. Other people have used that mini
Right.
grant.
Okay.
Because we talked about it a year ago, I remember, and we just couldn't form it in time, but now I
Right.
think we have enough time.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Rebecca, were you going to say something?
Oh, I think the mental health first aid trainings that Julie and her husband offer.
Right.
Is Joe? What's his name? I don't know. It's a whole day long training with both of them. You think I'd remember both their names.
Right. From the ones from Gardner. Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you know them, Bill?
Is it Julie's parents?
Nope.
No, am I
Yeah,
watching?
I can't remember because I haven't done it with them, but I've heard about them. I just know they're from Gardner. So that would be something to think about for all of us. I mean, that's one I definitely would like to do. Okay, you look it up and then you tell me.
Yeah, I'm just looking now.
No, it's fine because it's a full day training.
And it was free.
Free, okay. And I can ask Jessie about that too, because I feel like she would know them as well. Well, she does, yeah. Okay, if you keep looking, and I'm gonna move forward unless there's any more comments. Okay, so old business, nothing, new business. So with the drop-in center, where we're at is we have come up with a policy and procedures. We just kind of took what HRDC had done for their warming center and their day center, and Chantel and I kind of crafted it to, you know, a drop-in center. And you know, I think it looks okay. We still need more people to look it over. We had a meeting last week. God, I can't remember.
It was just last week. How
was
about
it?
the mission? We did the
Oh,
mission,
yes.
the mission statement.
We do. I'll pull that up unless you know it off the top of your head. That's awesome.
Don't.
Okay.
But I think that was way cool. I
It
think
was.
we managed to
come up with
articulate that in order
Yes.
to move forward with the hoot. Was that
Yep.
part of it?
Yep,
The
that
Hoot,
is.
fundraising.
Right. Yep, you're right. And thanks, Rebecca, for that. I didn't realize it was Joe and Juanita. I don't know. I did not realize that, and I know them. So, okay, thanks.
Oh, yeah.
They're the ones that do the first aid training. I didn't realize it was them. Okay, that makes sense though.
Does make sense.
Yeah, doesn't it? Okay, so maybe we could talk to them about seeing if we could get them. I know they're super busy, but maybe try to get them to do a first aid training for us in all day. Okay, sorry. Now transitioning. So there's the mission statement right there. I think I typed it in correctly. Yeah. So that's what we came up with our group. Hope
That's
that
good.
makes- And then Jesse and I met
I'm impressed.
on Tuesday, and we put together the application for the hoot really quickly. So
Oh,
we did that through, we just showed up at PCCF's office because anyways, and we were just like, hey, what's Rise's text? Chantel was supposed to be there and she didn't make it. So we had to go over there and figure out some of the information, but it was fine. We're set. So now we've applied, we've been accepted. So now the next part is, and again, this is all new to me because I've never done Give a Hoot as, you know, as an organization. So now we need to kind of build, if we don't build the web page, which I don't think we're going to do, but at least, or no, we can build a page, right? That's a link from the Give a Hoot that just kind of describes what we're going to do. And so that will be our next step. And then all of us on the LAC that can get the word out about the drop-in center, we have the mission. I'm happy to pass on policies and procedures. I think a lot of you know, you've seen that. But anyone we can talk to that, you know, we're raising money, and I think we're raising operating money. We're raising money to hire someone to fundraise for us and just start this whole operation. So we're kind of talking about having it start when the warming center opens this fall. Maybe just have it for 4 months, just to at least get initial funding for that, have it open in the afternoons. If we do that, it would be at Rise, where a lot of us did the tour, but we would have to have money to help them close off a certain area. We'd also have to have money to rent the space. So there's a lot of things that would have to happen before this is a reality. But and if something else comes up before then, great. This is just where the ball is going right now. I feel like there's something else. And then I guess we have to apply to be a 501c3, which yuck, but yeah, it'll happen. So it's fine. So anyone want to be on board on that, let me know. What else? That might be it. Any input questions you all have?
I love the mission statement, and it sounds like you're making serious progress here.
Yeah, I feel like it's moving along, and we're lucky that people are willing to jump in. So that's nice. I feel like there was something else and just that same idea that we are for now using Rise's 501c3, and that's how we're getting the money for Give a Hoot to come to a drop-in center, is we have to use their 501c3 to then funnel the money into us. So Barb knows that, Oldershaw at Give a Hoot, you know, we have to have an agreement between Rise and the drop-in center, which we don't have a board or any, you know, anyways, we'll just see. It should all go well. So literally it's about getting the word out. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I left a message for the paper, still haven't heard back from them. I'll pursue them tomorrow about setting up an interview about talking about the drop-in center. And then I did contact Chris King from the Business Association, just kind of gave her a brief overview of what we did or what we're doing. And she said, oh, so do you want the business owners to then recommend people that use the drop-in center? And I said, well, yes, but we'd also like them to give us money too, if they have that. So, and just let them know it's happening. So she'll be putting that out at some point, I think too. So, I think that's it. So moving on. So Granville, thank you so much for your application. Did you all receive that? I did attach that. Please tell me I did. Okay, good.
I think you did.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay.
You did.
Rebecca, do you know if I did? Bill, do you know if I did? I did. You think I did or I didn't? Maybe not. Here, I'll look at
Yes,
the.
yeah, I think it's right here. Yeah, it's
Okay.
there. It's here
Okay,
on the meeting
perfect.
email.
Oh, good. Just wanted to make sure. So since this is Granville's second meeting, they have to, Julie and I were going over this. So, and it doesn't say it in the resolution, but that since it's, I think your second meeting, then we can make we can vote to say whether we want to, make a recommendation for this to go to the county commission. Is that how it
Yeah.
goes, Bill, and Eleanor, from what you remember?
I think so.
Okay. All right,
Oops, I gotta get back to Zoom.
sure. So does anyone want to make a motion to approve Granville's application and then move that forward to the county commission?
I'll make that also move.
Okay, Eleanor, and anyone second it? Great, Rebecca, thanks. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Great, no opposed. Okay, so we had 4 ayes, none opposed. Great, Granville, so thanks so much. So now, Bill, when's your next meeting?
Next Tuesday, Carly, I'll get with you on putting this on the agenda.
Perfect. So next
Oh.
Tuesday, like a week from this Tuesday?
24th.
There you go.
Okay. Do you all, I'm sorry to be so dense, but do you all meet every week?
Yes, they meet every Tuesday at 9 o'clock, and then
Okay.
if need be, they can, you can call a special meeting. And on Tuesday, if, there's a compensation board following, and then there's one more special commission meeting that should be pretty short after that. So if for any reason it needed to go to a different agenda, but I think it would have to go to 9 AM because I don't believe Steve's going to be able to be to the second meeting later in the afternoon. So but every Tuesday.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, great. So hopefully then by next meeting in June, sounds like you'll be on board, Granville. So thanks so much. We're so glad you're with us. And I really appreciated this on the back too. Having your resume, that was great. So, which I think they tell you to, but not everyone does that. So thank you.
I had it because, I became the COO for Southwest pretty recently. So I just had it at my desk. So I figured I'd throw it on there.
Great. No, thank you very much. Great. And now Shannon's not here, so I don't know the situation. Bill, has she talked to you at all about her situation about staying on the board and all that?
I think she just wanted to review the bylaws and just make sure it fits for her new role.
Okay.
And, yeah, sorry she
Okay.
wasn't able to join us tonight. It's
Yeah.
Her experience in the county attorney's office and now with the health department. It's a pretty good mix.
It is.
She's pretty savvy about how things work around here. Pretty excited about having her in that role.
Totally. It's great to have her in that. Yeah, and hopefully she'll be able to stay on the board. That's what I hope. I mean, like we said, Julie was certainly able to, so, but there were other things, and of course now I can't remember what the other things were, but yeah, hopefully it'll all work out. People have any other comments, questions before we adjourn?
Enjoy the sunshine. It's supposed to snow tonight.
Oh, it is? Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Spring.
Maintain a positive attitude.
That's right. That's right. Totally didn't know. Well, thanks everyone. I really appreciate it. And it was great to have Bob on. And, for me, when I came on just a little aside, when I came on the LAC, I was an intern at CHP doing my MSW. And I really didn't know anything about the LAC. And I just kind of wish, and Granville, you got to hear a little bit, but I kind of wish I'd had Bob at the beginning. So I kind of knew a little bit of the history and so forth, and then kind of move forward. I think I would like to do better with when we bring members on. We now have our pamphlet, but I still feel like we're lacking on informing people of what we do. Maybe that's not it. Maybe it's just, I don't know. But I just, the history of it, I guess, is what I keep having to always scramble with. And so Julie and Shannon have that historical history. Bill, you have that a little too. So I just feel like it was nice to have him on to give us some of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that toolkit, the toolkit is useful on that website. I think it's on that website.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd met Bob before. I had no idea he was this engaged locally in Jefferson County as well as at the state level. So it seems like he's willing and able to help if we want to tap him.
Right, exactly. And I think we should, for sure. And I know Julie did a lot more work with Matt Furlong, and I don't think I ever even got to meet him. So, and I think he was really involved with what we were doing here. But like he said, if anyone has the opportunity to ever go to these meetings every Thursday morning, 8:30 to 10, which is a long time, but then a board meeting on the fourth Friday of the month. I just feel like, did he say what time that board meeting was? Did anyone write that down? He didn't say. Okay.
And
I feel like, okay, I'm going to follow up with him about that
Mm.
because I do want to know that.
Julie would know, wouldn't she?
Yeah, I think she would. Yep. So
Yeah, a welcome packet for the board would be a great idea.
yeah, I
Mhm.
agree.
Mm.
Okay, writing that down. And Rebecca's our newest member before you, Granville. So yes, and Eleanor, the newest before that. So we three of you are all, well, Eleanor, that's not true. You've been on 2 years now, 1 year. I can't even remember.
I can't remember either.
All right, so it's not just
It's
me.
COVID brain.
COVID, right? Yep. So definitely new people, Granville. So don't, if
Blame
you,
COVID.
yeah, and if you have questions, ask us. I can't always answer them, but we can certainly find ways to answer them. So, well, thanks everyone. Have a wonderful night. We're gonna adjourn at, anyone have a motion to adjourn? Sorry.
so moved.
Bill, thanks for the motion to adjourn. Anyone second?
Second.
Thanks, Eleanor. And so we're adjourning at 5:49, Thursday, May 19th. And I will see you all June 16th, 2022. And personally, I just think we'll probably keep doing Zoom just because I want to have it be easy for you, Bill. But if you feel like you're in on a Thursday and you're like, hey, let's all get together, we can do that too, because we could do it at the Food Resource Center and probably at the City County Building.
Yeah, it's gonna be easier here, especially with the long days. But full disclosure, I need to be at a funeral June 17th in Minnesota, so I probably won't make June 16th.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yep. So just, yep. But I think it's important. We really need to have you, and I want to make it easy for you. So, because you're a person that's out of town and far out of town especially with that lovely traffic on 89. So
But that valley is called paradise.
it is, you're right, Bill. And thank you for reminding us of that. So true. All right, everyone, take care. Have a wonderful night.
Great to see you all.
Bye-bye.
Thank